Vikings! We just beat the Eagles! We won the Super Bowl! Congrats on your Super Bowl win, Vikings. On what is up here today, YouTube? Jigsaw0097. I'm making the video now because there's like 6 minutes in the game. It's 38-20. Congrats on your Super Bowl win, Vikings. The salt levels were really high in this one, so I give you some credit. You got Kirk Cousins, who's always beat the Eagles. He's like the Eagles' kryptonite. You know, so good win. You know, pushing Carson Wentz into the ground while he's down. That was kind of when I turned it off here. The refs all day just giving the Vikings flags and completely ignoring the fact that Sidney Jones did not do the PI. Twice they called that. Now, I'm not defending this secondary because I'll get into that. This entire Eagles secondary is probably one of the worst secondaries I've had the misfortune of watching in quite a while. And what is absolutely maddening about this is the fact that Howie Roseman and the Eagles have done nothing to address this problem. They've had 5-6 weeks to sign a guy. Any guy. I didn't care. I said Jalen Ramsey, but you know, you have Chris Harris out there. They could have went and signed anyone, and they absolutely refused. They had freaking Jadeveon Clowney as a guy they could have got, and they blew that one. The Eagles are one of the most stubborn, jackass teams I've ever seen when it comes to this defense and Jim Schwartz. They think this garbage scheme works, and they think that these players are elite, but they're not. Other than Malcolm Jenkins, there's no one on this defense that's been a cornerstone at all. Just period. The D-line maybe, but with this secondary the way it is, it's just a freaking train wreck, guys. It's a train wreck. The Eagles, and it's kind of a sinking feeling that I've had since the Super Bowl. As you guys know, Tom Brady had like a historic game. You know, 550 yards against our defense or something garbage like that. I feel like ever since that game, the blueprint to how to beat the Eagles has been on tape, you know, and Jim Schwartz for 2 years now has just refused to change the scheme, you know, and I think a lot of it is scheme over players, but I'm starting to think these players are just really just hot garbage, man. Like the Eagles, when it comes to drafting defense, they're just not very good at it. Other than Rasul Douglas, you know, he's gotten fried quite a bit this game, but you know, they're putting him where he doesn't need to be. He's not a shutdown corner. He's not going to get you the shutdown freaking yards against Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. I mean, you're not going to stop these guys with this secondary. So, you know, it is what it is, and it's just really starting to bother me. If the Eagles don't address this, then it's just over. Like, they can't win. The Cowboys will beat us. There'll be so many teams that will beat us. Any team that has a decent number 1 receiver, you don't even need to have a number 2 receiver, just a decent number 1. You can go off on this defense. I mean, the Eagles defense is making Kirk Cousins look like a Hall of Famer right now. He looks like a Hall of Famer. And then of course you got Doug Peterson calling these stupid plays, like going for it on 4th down and basically giving the Vikings a touchdown because they scored like the next play. And then you have him going for it on this like fake punt with Jake Elliott. So right there, he left 3 points on the field. I mean, in hindsight, I guess it didn't matter because they're getting blown out anyway. But, you know, Doug Peterson just doesn't understand sometimes. I don't really like want to criticize him too much because I do like his gutsiness. But in a game where you're already down by 2 touchdowns, 2 possessions, you know, you got to take the safe approach. You got to build some momentum and get it going. And that Jake Elliott trick play was pretty bad. That was like that was pretty bad. I mean, I won't want to say it's like as bad as what Chuck Pagano did with the Colts like back in like 2015, but it was one of those plays where I was just like, what are you doing? Another thing that didn't make sense is it's like, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, why don't you just keep the offense out there? Like, why bring Jake Elliott out anyway for this? It made no sense. It just was a head-scratching move. And then he went for it on like 4th and 5 or something in like the first quarter of the game, which was just a waste. Miles Sanders is the #1 Eagles receiver right now. He is the Eagles' deep threat. He's the only, other than him and like Alshon Jeffrey, he's the only receiver that's really impressed me. Jordan Howard's basically been shut down. Zach Ertz dropped 2 passes. So the Eagles' drops are just continuing in this season. You know, it's something to do with this team. Again, I don't know. This is the Eagles, and like I said, they were going to win this game, but I knew if they were going to lose this game, it was going to be something like this. And I'm really done with the whole Carson Wentz is a scrub talk too, because I'm watching Wentz every week, guys. He looks really good. The guy he's an elite quarterback. He's a stud, but he's going down the road of an Andrew Luck where he's just not getting help from his team at all. I mean, he's getting pretty good protection from the O-line. I think he got sacked just the once where that jackass pushed him into the ground, which was annoying. And of course, no flag for roughing the passer, you know, because that's what this game is. But Carson Wentz, you know, he's looking really good. He's getting protection, but he's getting no help from his teammates. They drop balls all the time. And then it's similar to how the Colts were with Andrew Luck. He's getting 0 help from his defense. It's like you can't score a touchdown on every drive. And if your defense is this bad, that's pretty much what's required if you want to stay in games. You can't just sit there and score a touchdown and then the Vikings score a touchdown in like 5 minutes because the defense lets them go in 3 plays. And then it's back to Carson Wentz like putting the team on his shoulders. He did it against the Packers, you know, but he can't do that every week, guys. He can't do it. So this Eagles team going forward, they are not built for long-term success. And if they don't do something now, and I'm talking now, this should have been done, like I said, like 4 or 5 weeks ago. But if they don't make a move now to address this secondary, then just get ready for more of this, guys. It's probably just going to get worse like it did last year. We're going to get embarrassed like we did on the Saints game. And I'm going to be honest, this Vikings game right now is pretty embarrassing as an Eagles fan. It's pretty embarrassing. So, I got no defense for it. Congrats again, Vikings, on your Super Bowl win. We all know how salty you are on the fact that we won the one game that mattered to go into your stadium and win a Super Bowl. So enjoy this win. Enjoy last year's win. Your organization, your team will always be a joke. And I can't stand your fans. I'm starting to really hate the Vikings because of just how arrogant and, you know, just full of yourselves that you're becoming. Because it's just getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. And the NFL, the way it is, it's gonna continue to have Eagles Vikings or whatever, Eagles Falcons every year, because it's like this is what the NFL does. Some minor rivalry starts and they just fuel the fire. And you know, it is what it is. So congrats, Vikings, as well. You also have Kirk Cousins, the Eagle Slayer. I've said that many times before. The Eagles historically have had terrible luck against him. But that's the game. I don't know what the final score is because I'm making this like 6 minutes in. But 38-20 was what I saw after Carson Wentz got pushed into the ground. And I said I had enough. I'm still watching the game. I just took a break pretty much to make this video. But I'll be uploading this after the game is over. But just wanted to make it right now so that I can get it ready, cocked and loaded for you. Fully expect this to be a loss. Eagles go 3-3. And, yeah, they move on to Dallas next week. And we'll see what happens there. Because, again, if they don't address this secondary, we're going to get embarrassed by the Cowboys, which is going to feel even worse than this embarrassment. So, anyway, guys, that is the video. Comment down below what you think about this Eagles team. How mad are you like me right now? I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm pushing real hard for 1,000 subs this season, and I'd love for all the help I can get. You guys have been great. Also, to my returning viewers, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can keep getting notified when I make videos like these in the future. And with that said, guys, this has been Jigsaw0097. It is fly, Eagles fly, or die, Eagles die. I will cover no matter what. Thank you so much for watching.